Stop begging the universe. Stop chasing money. Stop asking God what you already deserve. The moment you stop asking and start aligning, wealth stops running from you and starts looking for you. Divine abundance is not rewarded to the desperate. It is released to the aligned. This message will change how money, faith, and destiny respond to you. There is a hidden truth most people never confront. The posture of asking often reveals an inner belief of absence. When someone is constantly asking for money, opportunities, validation, or breakthrough, it is not always humility. Many times, it is an unconscious confession that they believe they are separate from what they desire. Asking places you in a lower position. It silently says, "I do not yet have access." Alignment, however, speaks from a completely different place. Alignment does not beg. Alignment does not chase. Alignment stands in authority because it understands identity. Divine wealth does not respond to neediness. It responds to recognition. When a person is aligned, they do not approach life as a struggler hoping to be noticed. They move as someone who understands that provision is connected to purpose. Authority is not loud, it is settled. And the universe, resources, and opportunities respond faster to certainty than to desperation. Many people pray daily for increase, yet their internal language contradicts their prayers. They say they trust, but they act as if everything depends on force. They ask repeatedly because they do not believe alignment alone is enough. This inner conflict creates resistance. Alignment begins when identity is corrected. When you see yourself as lacking, your actions reflect survival. When you see yourself as aligned, your actions reflect stewardship. One posture repels abundance, the other invites it. Authority does not come from demanding more. It comes from becoming the kind of person to whom more naturally belongs. This is why some individuals receive wealth effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly despite working harder and praying longer. It is not about effort alone. It is about position. Alignment means your thoughts, values, habits, and decisions agree with the level of increase you seek. If your mind is disciplined, but your finances are chaotic, alignment is broken. If your words speak faith but your actions reveal fear, alignment is broken. Asking tries to fill a gap. Alignment removes the gap entirely. When alignment is present, wealth does not feel like a miracle, it feels like a response. Doors open not because you begged, but because your presence matched the door. People trust you without explanation. Opportunities find you without pursuit. This is authority. Authority says, "I am ready." Authority says, "I am positioned." Authority says, "I can handle what is released." The moment you stop asking from lack and start living from alignment, the energy around you shifts. You no longer chase validation, money, or approval. You attract alignment because your inner state gives permission for abundance to arrive. Wealth is not random. It is not luck. It is not favoritism. Wealth operates according to order, just like nature, seasons, and growth. Where there is disorder, wealth becomes unstable. Where there is alignment, wealth becomes inevitable. Spiritual order is the unseen structure that governs visible outcomes. Many people desire financial increase but ignore the principle of order. They want overflow without foundation, multiplication without management, and abundance without discipline. This creates frustration because wealth does not move emotionally, it moves structurally. Order always comes before increase. A life out of order cannot sustain wealth, even if it briefly receives it. This is why sudden money often disappears from those who are not aligned. It was received, but not supported. Spiritual order begins internally. Your thoughts must be aligned before your income can be. A scattered mind produces scattered results. Discipline is not restriction. It is alignment in motion. Order also appears in consistency. Wealth flows where routines are respected. When effort is inconsistent, income becomes unstable. When values change daily, results change daily. Wealth obeys patterns, not wishes. Another dimension of order is integrity. Money avoids environments where trust is weak. Even when opportunities appear, they do not stay where character cannot support them. Integrity is not just moral, it is structural. It creates stability, and stability attracts provision. Purpose is another layer of spiritual order. Money follows usefulness. When your work solves problems, creates value, and serves others, wealth responds naturally. When work lacks purpose, income becomes forced. This is why chasing money rarely works long-term. Chasing purpose produces sustainability. Alignment also requires timing. Order understands seasons. There are times to prepare and times to receive. Those who demand harvest without planting violate order. Those who honor seasons experience increase without strain. Spiritual order does not rush. It builds quietly, consistently, and powerfully. Wealth responds to environments where responsibility is proven. If current resources are mismanaged, greater resources will be delayed. This is not punishment, it is protection. Increase arrives when order confirms readiness, when life is aligned mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and practically, wealth begins to flow with less resistance. Not because effort stopped, but because friction was removed. Order reduces struggle. This is why alignment creates ease. Not laziness, but flow. Not entitlement, but preparedness. When your priorities are clear, your finances become clear. When your decisions are intentional, your income becomes intentional. When your life is ordered, wealth finds a place to stay. Divine wealth is not impressed by desire. It responds to structure, and once order is established, asking becomes unnecessary because provision already knows where to go. Many people spend their lives chasing outcomes while ignoring identity. They focus on what they want: more money, better opportunities, financial freedom, without realizing that life does not respond to desire alone. Life responds to being. Attraction is not based on wishes. It is based on alignment. What you consistently think, believe, and embody becomes the signal you send into the world. That signal determines what finds you, stays with you, and multiplies around you. This is why two people can pursue the same opportunity and experience completely different results. One is aligned with it, the other is not. Wanting wealth without becoming aligned to wealth creates frustration. Desire without transformation creates tension. The outer world reflects the inner state with precision. If your identity is rooted in struggle, you will unconsciously recreate struggle, even when opportunities appear. If your identity is rooted in scarcity, abundance will feel unsafe and unstable. This is not because wealth is unavailable, but because the internal environment is incompatible with it. Becoming aligned means upgrading who you are before trying to upgrade what you have. Your habits reveal your identity. Your reactions reveal your inner alignment. Your discipline, patience, and self-control expose whether you are prepared for increase. Wealth does not just require capacity, it requires character. This is why affirmation without alignment fails. Repeating words without embodying change creates disappointment. Alignment demands honesty. It asks you to examine how you manage time, energy, money, and responsibility now, not after increase arrives. You attract stability when you become stable. You attract order when you live in order. You attract abundance when you operate from abundance, not fear. Identity shapes behavior, and behavior shapes results. Those who are aligned do not panic at delays. They understand process. They do not sabotage progress because they trust timing. They do not chase validation because they are rooted in purpose. When identity shifts, Attraction changes automatically. Wealth is drawn to those who think long-term, act responsibly, and value growth over comfort. It moves toward those who are internally prepared to handle expansion without self-destruction. This is not about pretending to be wealthy. It is about thinking, choosing, and acting from a place of maturity and readiness. Once you become aligned with the level of life you desire, life has no choice but to respond. Faith is powerful, but faith without alignment is incomplete. Many people believe deeply, pray sincerely, and speak confidently, yet experience consistent delay. This creates confusion because they assume faith alone should be enough. Faith opens the door. Alignment allows you to walk through it. When belief and behavior contradict each other, progress slows. When words declare trust but actions reveal fear, alignment is broken. This internal conflict sends mixed signals into life. Creating resistance rather than flow, alignment requires consistency between what you believe, what you say, and what you do. You cannot declare trust while living in constant anxiety. You cannot claim abundance while practicing poor stewardship. You cannot expect growth while avoiding discipline. Faith invites opportunity. Alignment sustains it. This is why some people receive breakthroughs they cannot keep. They believed enough to receive, but they were not aligned enough to manage. Faith alone attracts, alignment stabilizes. Alignment is visible in daily decisions. It shows up in how you treat responsibility, how you handle pressure, and how you respond when no one is watching. Integrity, patience, and obedience are not separate from faith. They are expressions of it. Misalignment often looks like spiritual activity without practical responsibility. It is easy to pray for provision while avoiding structure. It is easy to speak promises while ignoring preparation. True faith is demonstrated through alignment. When your life reflects what you believe, resistance decreases. When your habits support your prayers, progress accelerates. When your character agrees with your calling, blessings arrive with ease. Alignment also protects you. It prevents premature breakthroughs that could overwhelm or damage you. Delay is often not denial, it is refinement. Life waits until your inner structure can support what you are asking to receive. This is why discipline is spiritual. Consistency is spiritual. Order is spiritual. These are not limitations, they are evidence of faith in action. Faith without alignment creates frustration. Faith with alignment creates momentum. When alignment is complete, blessings do not feel heavy. They feel natural. Increase does not create stress, it creates expansion. Opportunities do not feel intimidating, they feel appropriate. At that point, faith stops being a request and becomes a state of being. And when belief, behavior, and purpose move in the same direction, blessings no longer struggle to reach you. They arrive because you are ready. Increase is never released without consideration of responsibility. Many people desire abundance, but few prepare for what abundance demands. Divine wealth is not simply a gift, it is a trust, and trust is only extended where responsibility has already been demonstrated. Responsibility is proof of readiness. Life does not respond to excitement or ambition alone. It responds to consistency, maturity, and stewardship. When responsibility is lacking, increase becomes dangerous rather than beneficial. This is why expansion is often delayed, not because desire is wrong, but because structure is incomplete. Responsibility begins with how current resources are managed, how time is used, how commitments are honored, how small opportunities are treated. Increase observes patterns. If what you have now is neglected, what you desire later will be withheld. This is not limitation. This is protection. Divine wealth requires emotional responsibility as well. Unstable emotions create unstable outcomes. If success triggers arrogance, fear, or recklessness, alignment is broken. Stability attracts increase because it offers safety for expansion. Responsibility also includes financial wisdom. Discipline, planning, and intentional decisions are spiritual acts. Wealth does not flow into chaos. It flows into systems that can hold it, grow it, and protect it. Many people believe abundance will fix their problems. In reality, abundance reveals problems. If responsibility is missing, increase amplifies weakness instead of strength. This is why small responsibilities are gateways to larger ones. Each level of stewardship confirms readiness for the next. When responsibility is embraced rather than avoided, increase follows naturally. Responsibility is not heavy, it is empowering. Those who carry it well do not fear more. They are prepared for it. Money was never meant to be chased. It was meant to respond. When money becomes the target, purpose is lost. When purpose becomes the focus, money finds its place naturally. Chasing money creates pressure. Chasing assignment creates flow. Assignment is the work you are aligned to do, the problems you are meant to solve, the value you are meant to provide, the impact you are designed to create. When effort is connected to assignment, work becomes meaningful and sustainable. Money follows usefulness. When your work improves lives, fills gaps, or brings solutions, compensation becomes inevitable. Wealth responds to contribution, not obsession. The more value you create, the more provision is released. Chasing money often leads to shortcuts, compromise, and burnout. Chasing assignment leads to mastery, growth, and longevity. Purpose sustains effort in ways money never can. Assignment also creates direction. Instead of scattered effort, focus emerges. Instead of confusion, clarity grows. When clarity is present, opportunities become easier to recognize and seize. Those aligned with assignment do not panic during slow seasons. They understand process. They refine skill, deepen impact, and prepare for expansion. When the season shifts, increase arrives with momentum. Money flows where passion and discipline meet. Assignment does not mean comfort. It means alignment. Sometimes it requires patience, sacrifice, and development. But when pursued faithfully, it produces wealth that is stable and meaningful. Those who chase assignment often look like they are behind, until suddenly they are ahead. Because when purpose is honored, provision has no choice but to follow. Effort alone has never been the highest currency of success. While effort is necessary, it is not what creates acceleration. Alignment is what transforms effort into favor. This is why some people work endlessly with little progress, while others move forward with apparent ease. Favor is not luck. Favor is alignment in motion. When your life is aligned, effort stops feeling like resistance and starts feeling like cooperation. Doors open without force. Support appears without struggle. Progress happens without exhaustion. This does not mean effort disappears. It means effort is no longer wasted. Misaligned effort drains energy. Aligned effort multiplies it. Many people believe that working harder is the solution to stagnation. In reality, working aligned is the solution. When direction is unclear, effort is scattered. When purpose is defined, effort becomes focused and powerful. Alignment attracts favor because it creates trust. People sense reliability, clarity, and consistency. Opportunities flow toward those who are predictable in character and intentional in action. Favor grows where confidence and humility coexist. Favor also operates through timing. Alignment places you in the right place at the right moment. Instead of forcing outcomes, you recognize opportunities when they appear. You move when it is time and wait when it is wise. This reduces burnout and increases effectiveness. Favor does not remove responsibility, it enhances impact. What once took years begins to take months. What once required connections begins to happen naturally. This is not magic, it is alignment removing friction. When you are aligned, even setbacks work in your favor. Lessons accelerate growth. Delays refine strategy. Nothing is wasted because everything is connected to purpose. This is why aligned people appear calm under pressure. They trust the process because they are positioned correctly within it. Favor follows alignment, not exhaustion. At the highest level of alignment, asking fades into receiving. This is not entitlement, it is maturity. Asking belongs to preparation. Receiving belongs to positioning. When alignment is complete, needs are met before they are spoken. Opportunities appear before they are requested. Provision arrives without explanation. This is the state where identity, purpose, and readiness agree. Asking implies distance. Receiving implies proximity. When you are aligned, you are no longer distant from what you need. You are positioned within its path. This does not eliminate gratitude or humility. It deepens them. You recognize that provision is not forced, it is released. You understand that alignment made space for it. When asking becomes unnecessary, peace replaces anxiety. Confidence replaces desperation. Patience replaces urgency. You move through life without pressure because you trust alignment to handle timing. This state is not achieved through shortcuts. It is built through discipline, responsibility, integrity, and obedience over time. Alignment is not accidental, it is cultivated. Receiving without asking does not mean passivity. It means readiness. You still act, plan, and work, but from certainty, not fear. This is where abundance feels natural. It does not shock you. It does not overwhelm you. It fits. When alignment is complete, wealth is no longer chased or begged for. It